I'm sending the message out too.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. How are you all? I hope you had a fantastic week. Last week was amazing. We have Marlon here with us today. We're super excited. I have my pen and paper all ready because he is going to take down the house, guys. I've seen him talk about this before, and it is truly amazing the things that this guy's got in his back pocket to be able to help your business grow and be able to invest money into your business and really get it going and started. People don't think they have the money, and Marlon's going to show you where it's at. So welcome, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful week. We have Marlon and Stephanie here with us. Marlon, I'm going to hand it on over to you.
Okay. How do we get my face on the screen? There we go. Okay, I do much better when I'm looking at myself. Well, thank you again, Samantha, for allowing me to, use your platform to share some valuable information. And Stephanie, nice to meet you. I don't think we met before, but I know we're all part of the same family when it comes to this industry. So. But just a little bit about myself. I have been in network marketing since 2002. So at the time this video is being made, or this webinar is going on, I just celebrated my 13th year in the industry, and done very well for myself. Built teams to the thousands, and just over the years, just learned a great deal about becoming a complete business owner. All right, there's so much more outside of network marketing that a lot of people know, because most companies and most leaders, they just focus on the business. They focus on the product or the service. They focus on building the business. But there's another level outside of that a lot of individuals should know about when it comes to building the business. All right, because 80% of people that come into network marketing, they come from the job world. All right, and not just network marketing, business period. They come from the world of having a job. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a job. It's just the mentality of having the employee mindset, and there's so much around that you could do with the money that you're earning to really set yourself up for freedom. So I'm gonna be talking about two things. I'm gonna be talking about what you can do if you're already in network marketing. I'm gonna talk about if you're not in network marketing, and then if you're working full-time and doing your business part-time, and if you're doing your business full-time, what you can do to kind of set you up, for the long term, okay? So this is something that I learned a couple years ago from a very good friend of mine who, really heavily into this. He used to manage all of the accounts of the executives of Chase Bank and Wells Fargo. So all the top executives, CEOs, the CIOs, all those O's, he managed their accounts. So when it was time to retire, he had all that set up. So he saw what I was doing. He said, Marlon, I think this is something that you should be able to share with people that will help them kind of understand why they, need to join a business, or, what they can do with the income. I was like, man, this is something that people need. So here it is. All right. Can everybody see me? You see the board?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, and this is good for people who are in network marketing, outside of the value that we share on MLSP, which is great stuff. MLSP has I know tomorrow's about to just blow out the water. We're going to be able to live on Mars, I'm pretty sure, after the information we learn tomorrow. But I'm just talking about, that everyday individual who's looking to make a change, all right? So before I go into that, just to let you all know, about 80% of people that join network marketing come from the job world, all right? 10% are already in network marketing. Another 10% are already previous business owners, all right? That means that these individuals, we don't have to really fight through the mindset. I know with MLSP, we attack a lot of people who are already in network marketing, bringing them into our cipher, sharing with them the MLSP product. They get it from you, or sometimes they join your business, and also for current business owners as well, too. all right? But what about these individuals right here who don't know anything about online marketing, who don't know anything about network marketing, but they want to get involved in? How can we open their mindsets, all right? Well, how we do that is that we talk their language, all right? We speak their language. So what you want to do is get yourself a W-4, and you can go to irs.gov to get this, okay? W-4 looks like this. I'm about to go and get this laminated. So it's W-4, and it has the current year on there, all right? So grab yourself a W-4. This is for individuals who are receiving a paycheck, all right? W-2 income. Now, on line D, all right, line D, we can see that right there is the dependence line, okay? Line D, you can increase this exemption all the way to 9, okay? And, you know, the more dependents you have, the less you pay in taxes from your check, okay? Because the government's figuring, all right, you have these children, you're going to need as much as you possibly can to help them. Then at the end of the year, when you do your taxes, most of that is written off for, like, you know, child care and things, and you get like this child care credit. Now, if you don't have dependents, you don't have 9 dependents, this is still legal. You can still change your exemption. You can go up as high as 9, all right? And the higher you go, the less you pay in taxes off your paycheck, okay? Now, here's where you want to be smart about this, okay? All right, I'm going to put this up here again, just over here in the corner. Line D, you can increase the exemption all the way up to 9, okay? Now, here's where you want to be smart about this, all right? Because the extra money you get back on your paycheck, all right? When you turn your W-4 in to your HR department, changes are made, all right? When you start to see the extra money on the paycheck, that is not, you know, your job to make a mistake, okay? There was no mistake made. They weren't being extra nice to you because, you know, you wore a nice shirt that day, all right? This is the change in the exemption, okay? So let's say, for instance, you were making $500 a week, and now you're making $550 a week, okay? That extra $50 or whatever that change is, you should know it came from your exemption, especially if there were no raises done or any bonuses or anything that going on depending on where you work, okay? This was your exemption change, okay? Now, here's what, and now this income you're earning back is because you made this dependent change. Now, in order for this to be legal, you're going to have to do something with this income where you can like kind of draw the plate even with the government when it comes to taxes, okay? Now, this extra $50 a week, which is $200 per month or $2,400 per year, all right? There's 2 things that you can do with this. All right. Number one, you can invest it in a business, and then number 2, you can put it in an investment vehicle. And I'll talk about this here in one moment. All right. So for most individuals, what do we do? We're in network marketing, or we're in MLSP, or what have you. Okay. So those are all, you know, business opportunities. So this income, which is like $200 a month. All right. How much is MLSP a month? $149, right? Can they now afford MLSP if they're doing their business part-time and working full-time? Yes, all right? So there's no more excuses. So now they take that extra and then invest it in MLSP. Or if it's not MLSP, what's the average monthly auto ship or monthly obligation? It's about $200, right? I was in that coffee company, okay, and it was about $250. If you really wanted to do well, you had to order like $250 a month worth of this coffee. Coffee was good as heck. Matter of fact, I'm looking at a box of it right now. But in the garage, right? So, but what can they do now? They can now afford their auto ship. All right, they're going to work anyway. So now, guess what? They invest that money in their business because that auto ship is what? What happens when you join a business? Hold on. All right. When you join a business, your bills now become business expenses, which are write-offs. All right. Now I know this is you know, something that a lot of people know. You know, a lot of people know they're going to business, but they never see it kind of like drawn out. Okay, a lot of people know, hey, if you join a business, you do have certain things that you can write off that you're using for your business. Okay, and becoming part of a home-based business or what have you, you still have those same. You have access to like 400 plus tax write-offs as if you owned a McDonald's. Okay, so now this money that you're getting back from changing your dependent exemptions you can write off at the end of the year. All right. So this $2,400 a year you invested in your business, you can write all that is written off because you use it for business. Because they're going to ask you, what did you do with this extra money? All right. Instead of paying the money in tax on your check, what did you do with it if you don't have these dependents? Well, here's what I did with it. Okay. And this is where you want to make sure you're saving your receipts. If you buy something online and you get an email receipt, make sure you create a folder and on your email account. So that's what I did. I have a folder for 2015 that says online receipts. So anything I bought online or I got an online receipt, even your monthly obligation, whatever monthly obligation you have, that's an investment in your business. So you want to make sure you keep all this so you can say, yes, I use this for business. Now, what does this business help you do? The business helps you earn more money. Okay, and then I do another training called Financial Defense that talks about a smart way to what to do with this money to create the financial independence. And I'll make sure I have a link available for you all to go to Financial Defense. Okay, now let's talk about this investment vehicle right here. All right, I'm going to talk about two individuals. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the person who does the business, who works full time and does the business part time. All right, now what the investment vehicle is something like a SEP account. That's called a self-employment account that you can invest money in for the long term. All right. You have like something like a simple 401k. Individuals who are in business want to invest in that. Something like they're like different insurance plans that you can invest in for the long term. Okay. And any money, if you're doing this, if you're doing your business part time, all right, any money that you invest in this are even further tax deductions. All right. So these are even further tax deductions. So if you don't want to invest all of your money into your business, you could take part of that and put it into an investment vehicle for the long term. All right. Now, if you're doing your business full time, okay, you're doing your business full time, and I believe as a full time business owner, you can put up to $53,000 a year in an investment vehicle, and that's a $53,000 a year tax deduction. All right, if you're doing your business full time, okay, and then is preparing for the long term, you can write that off along with all of your other business expenses that you have as well too. Okay, so it works for full time and part time. Now I'm not the expert on the investment vehicles. That's my friend, Mr. Perry Jeffries in Columbus, Ohio. I've connected him with about 5 people so far, and they've gotten this part of their lifestyle set up, all right? Because it doesn't make any sense if you're going to be building your business and eventually making, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, if you don't have it set up to where it works for you long term. Because we don't want to be recruiting forever. We don't want to be webinaring forever. We want to just show up, all right? Hey, now I'm coming to the stage, Samantha Walls. You just show up and blow the place to smithereens and then walk off. Like I'm out of here, and then you go to your next event. All right, that's what we want to get to. We want to get to where we show up, okay? But you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up so you can do that. All right, I've seen a lot of people, including myself, in my early days, in my mid-20s, when I was making $15,000 a month and I was not married. I did some stupid stuff, okay? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. A lot of people have, but I'm glad I'm learning this now. You live and you learn. So now, I know I showed a lot, but let me go back to the basic. All right, let me go back to the basic. Okay, so that we all can be valuable for our people who are still working full time, okay? I'm going to do this again so that we all can see. Now remember, on the W-4, all right? The W-4, these are people who earn W-2 income. On your W-4, this talks about your exemptions, the amount of taxes you pay, you don't pay out of your paycheck. Okay, this is where you make the change. Now, if HR asks you what you're doing, just tell them to be quiet and turn it in. All right, this is your business. Okay, I've had somebody say that. Well, HR asks you, you know what you're doing? I said, just tell them you know what you're doing, and trust me, you'll be all right. Okay, so you increase that. You can increase it all the way up to 9. All right, you don't have to go that high, but you can increase as high as 9. Okay, then you start to pay less in taxes, and you get the extra money back. All right, so then you can take that and invest it in a business, which makes you more income. All right, and then your business includes anything business. I mean, service on your car, clothes, travel, entertainment, auto ship, monthly obligation, all that will be a write-off because it's business. Okay, and then also you can put some of this money in an investment vehicle for the long term, and all of these are write-offs or tax deductions. Okay, so for those individuals that say I can't afford to stay in the business, especially most people who start this business start part-time, well, now there's a way that they can do this legally. All right, they don't have to take out a loan or max out their credit card, because I've done that before too. Max out that credit card because you're at the convention. They say if you don't buy this now, you're never going to be anything in life, and you just max out that credit card, right? I have been there. Like, get this stuff. It's $1,000. You're like, oh my gosh, I got to get it today. And then you get home and you can't pay your mortgage, right? But anyway, so this is the way of doing it smart, okay? So the individual, because most people who get involved in business, they start part-time, all right? They see the vision, but they don't currently see themselves in it. So sharing information like this speaks most people's language, all right? Because most people understand what? They understand debt. They understand they don't have enough money saved. They understand they're not making enough money. They understand they hate their job. They understand that they're paying too much in taxes, and they need a way out. But most times when we come with opportunity, when people hear that, they shut their minds off because everybody's approaching them with an opportunity, and they're speaking in a language that they don't understand. Okay, there's a book out there called The 5 Love Languages. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called The 5 Love Languages, and it's a way that you can speak to your significant other in their love language. All right, I read this book, man. It helped me out so much. Okay. Because now I can talk to my wife in her love language. Like me and her are two different individuals. Okay, I can do this. She can't do this. All right, she'd get in front of the camera and she'd have been staring at the screen for the last 15 minutes. All right, so everybody, but most people, like I said, at 80%, that's the language they speak. So if you say, well, here's why. All right, here's something that you can share with them, and then say, well, here's your business. All right, I'm talking about you business owners out there. When you share this with them, then the next question they ask is, well, what's the business? All right, since I've been sharing this, on my website, on Periscope, I have recruited over 10 people into my business, and 4 of those people have never seen a presentation. They didn't know what the company was. They didn't know what we were marketing. When I showed them this, along with the financial defense training, they was like, okay, what's the business? All right, and I said, well, here's how much it is, or I'm signing up, because they saw the plan. All right, and this was speaking their language. Now when they go to work, they're looking at their job a little differently because they're like, man, this is a freedom movement now. Now they're sharing this. Not the business, they're sharing this with their coworkers. I have a lady right now, never recruited a soul in network marketing, and she shared this video I made about this. Man, she's like, Marlon, oh my God, everybody want to know how can they do this? Because guess what? We're speaking their language. All right? People who work, they understand this. They don't think like we do. They don't have the vision, and they're not quoting Jim Rohn and Ray Higdon, and they haven't read the books like Millionaire Mind and Robert Kiyosaki. They don't have our mindset, right? We have vision. To be an entrepreneur takes a special skill. All right, it takes a certain amount of time for you to build up that muster to say, I'm going to really do this. Especially like somebody who's been in it like 10 plus years. Man, I've been through the ringer, boy, like crazy. It was like Navy SEALs training. But once you make it to the other side, I cannot think any other way but like this. If you put me in a job right now, I would quit. I don't care how much that job was paying me, I would quit because I don't think that way. All right, but until we can get people to that point, we have to give them something to at least open their minds up just a little bit so that we can get in there and start scraping out that crazy stuff, right? Just scraping it out. But we have to give them something to say, okay, I will listen to what you have to say, because then the business is not the focus, it's the plan, all right? It's the plan that they're focusing on, and then the business helps them. And then once we can get in there and start, get them on webinars like this, or, get them in front of the leadership and read the books, then that's when they start to kind of catch on. But until then, give them something that they can understand. They'll be more likely to listen to what you have to say. So that's pretty much it for all of that. So if you all want to contact me and say, hey, how do you really do this? I don't have it attached to my laptop, so I can attach my back to my keyboard real quick and type in my link so everybody can have access to me to get more information on it. But yes, you can now afford your business if you work full time, and then you can take this extra money you make from your check and invest it in your business. So whether you have a monthly auto ship, or if you're looking to get involved in MLSP, which is a great marketing tool for your business, you can now afford it, and then at the end of the year you can write that off, right? So that is everything.
So my question is, can a spouse do this? Like, I'm the stay-at-home entrepreneur. Can my husband go and write off the 9 people and then I use it for my business?
Yeah, if you're doing your taxes jointly, then yes.
Okay.
All right. You're like,
nice.
Or if you do it, married but separate. Or that's your business. But if you're doing it jointly, yes, you can. He can go and change that exemption, and because you all are considered doing business together, then he can use that, or you can use that extra money to invest in MLSP or whatever you're doing, and you can still write off at the end of the year because you're doing your taxes jointly.
Awesome.
Make sure he gives you all that money too. That you check his pockets and take him upside down. I'm just joking. But
I got my hands on all the money.
hey. I hope he's not on here. But,
looks like Eric's headed to the HR right now.
Yeah. I know, you guys are like, really? Woo!
and here's the thing, everyone. I'm going to get a little, I don't want to say deep, but this is all part of the plan of the elite, is to keep everybody, no offense everybody, but dumb and stupid, all right? And how you control the masses is keeping information away from them and keeping them in fear, all right? That's how you control the masses. And this is why, 97% of people they're sheep, okay? We just happen to be the people who broke away. We're like, the only story I can think of is like, we're like the Harriet Tubmans of this thing. We're going in freeing people. And, some people are like, I don't want to go. Or, I might lose my job. Or you're like, listen, shut up, pal. You can do this. And so, but a lot of this country was built on, free labor, and we had to find a way to keep it going. So, yeah, we got the job now, but as long as you can keep information away from people and keep them scared, they'll never do anything outside of that. So when you can inform people All right, that's what the word information means. It goes in, all right, it forms, and then shun. It creates a new action. So information, that's what information is. So when you can give them new information, it creates a different action for those individuals. And so, but a lot of people don't know they can do it. This is just as common as going to the store and buying some grapes, but a lot of people don't know that. And the same people who make these laws for this to do this have businesses. Yes, the people who make these same tax laws have home-based businesses to protect themselves against the laws that they make. So why not? Why can't we use it? We can do the same exact thing.
So now, what's with the 9? I mean, if you were to go 5 or 6, like, how does that depend? And also, let's say that somebody starts out, and goes, oh, yay, I'm going to join this company, and writes off 9, and then 3 months later they quit, and they have to use that money towards a business, correct?
Yeah, but they can change that exemption at any time.
Okay.
All right. So you say, for instance, like me and my wife, we have four children. All right. So we can do 4. All right, or I can do 5 because if your wife is dependent, it depends on if she works or not. But we can do 4. Now we can do 5, we can do 6, we can do 7, 8, or 9. The higher you go, the less you pay in taxes. It just depends on how comfortable you feel. Like maybe some people will start at, we have 4 children, maybe we'll start at 6. All right, and see will 6 gets us. And if 6 is not enough to cover whatever this is, maybe we go up to 7 or 8 or 9, within that tax period. Or you can, however your situation fits. But if that person quits the business, then either they can continue to invest it in the investment vehicle because you'll still get that tax deduction. So there's other ways to do it. Just doesn't have to be business. There's other avenues, but if they don't do anything at all, and they're out there buying, new bikes and cars and red bottom shoes, then they're in trouble. All right, it's not for your pleasure. It's for you to move towards that next level. It's the plan. But yeah, you because at the end of the year they're going to ask you. It's not going to be a question. But of course, when you do your taxes, the numbers are not going to match up. You're going to be owing because you didn't do the right thing instead of investing and letting those write-offs even it out. All right, so if you do. This is $200 a month, $2,400 a year. Well, if you invest $2,400 a year in your business through autoships or trainings or travel or what have you, then when you do your taxes and you do those itemized deductions, if it adds up to $2,400, it's even out. All right, you got the money, you invested it, okay, in your business, you get to write it off.
Awesome. Do you have any questions, Stephanie?
No, I don't. Wait, am I on mute? No, I'm not. Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions? If you have any questions, just throw them in the chat real fast for Marlon, and we'll get this all.
Yeah, you were really good. That was pretty.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Explanatory. How do you mess with that?
I know, my accountant had told me at one point, you can deduct up to 9, independents, and I was like, wait, what? Because I don't want to owe at the end of the year. That's just not,
right.
My style. I'd rather get a little bit of money back. But now understanding it because of how much I do invest a month into my business, there's just no way that it wouldn't even out to be getting that money now.
It like trickles into a big, huge ball of expense. You're like, whoa.
Eric
asked, yeah.
But he said, considering we're in the 4th quarter, would you suggest waiting until next year? No. Actually, the best time to do all this and to start a business, it's really good to start a business at this time of the year, between October and December, because here's what happens. Anything that you've done, there are certain things that you can write off before you start all this. All right? Say, for instance, you start a business between October and December. Well, anything that you did, like, let's say, for instance, you might have did some advertising and maybe you might have did some traveling. And, what that's called is like preparing for your business. So you can write off certain things between January and September if you start at the end of the year. So with the 4th quarter, this is one of the best times to start a business because you're going into the end of the year, and some of the things that you paid for at the beginning of the year, you can write off now. So, like, if you didn't know this, if you do presentations in your home, all right, and you take a picture of you doing presentations in your home, well, if you bought a big screen television that year, you can write off that television as a presentation monitor for your business.
Nice.
All right, so last year we wrote off our television because I did presentations in my home. All right, and so that was, and I had the laptop attached to it, presentation monitor, $1,500 written off.
Yep.
So it's things such as that that you can do.
Cool.
Perfect.
So.
All right. And you got your link in there. And Marlon, real fast, tell them how to get a hold of you on Periscope and all the good places that you're at. Okay.
I'm on Periscope at True Biz Success. That's TRUBIZ Success. I'm there on Periscope. That's also Twitter. Hold on. I'm doing this right now on Periscope. And then on Twitter, I'm at the Valuenaire on Twitter. The Valuenaire on Twitter is my Twitter handle. And then I also put my link up there. If they want to inbox me, it goes over to my Facebook fan page. You can inbox me for more information. I have this that we just did in video format as well. I'm going to, where is that? It's on here. I'm going to put this link up where you can get the information. So I have where they can reach me, inbox me, and I put the link up there for the where they can go right to those videos on my page.
Perfect. So you're going to be at the MLSP webinar tomorrow for the blogging sites coming out?
Yes, I definitely will be on there.
Exciting.
Oh yeah.
I'm so ready.
Well, now you guys have your sites, so.
Yeah.
I will.
We were watching one of the emails this morning from Brian with the questions for Ray. A couple questions for Ray. That was good.
So yes, I will be there.
Nice, nice. Well, Marlon, thank you so much for coming out for us today, man. That was so helpful. I love it. I can't wait to share it with a bunch of people. Share it with my list and let everybody know that this is definitely possible to be able to have money coming in and all that good stuff. So thank you so much.
You are most welcome, most welcome. So I definitely thank you for allowing me to be part of your platform, and I know that Tipsy Tuesdays is your baby, and definitely thanks for allowing me to use this. So I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We will definitely be having you back on as much as humanly possible.
I greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you all so much for coming out for today's Tipsy Tuesday. We will cut this one right now, and if you cannot get a hold of Marlon, go to my Facebook. I've tagged him in a bunch of stuff. Ask me how to get a hold of him. I will definitely hook you up with him. He's definitely someone you want to follow, and is definitely full of great information for you. So get a hold of him. And let him know you got him from Tipsy Tuesday, so that he, sure, just like a lot of us, we get a lot of friend requests and a lot of things, and if you don't stand out, then you might get brushed over, and it's not anything against you. It's just definitely let him know where you found him and all that good stuff, because he is a busy man. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, everybody have a good Tuesday. Love you all.